Hello there. This is Brother Anthony. This is James Anthony Allen. I am coming to you from the top floor of 11 Cal Lane in Henderson, North Carolina. This is Vance County over here, and behind the pond is Franklin County. All right. I'm in the Kittrell Fire District. Today I'm going to talk to you. This video is about the global climate reset. I should have probably said part one, but if I do another one, it'll be part two, and I'll change this one to say part one. All right. This information is not to put fear and instill fear in anybody or make people worry. None of that kind of stuff. I'm imparting. Okay. I'll be 65 May 19th, and I'm imparting what I've learned in life and what the Lord has shared with me and what He continues to share with me. As long as you are in His Word and seeking, He'll come in and talk to you about stuff. Right? I don't hear voices like crazy people, but if you stop and be quiet and listen to yourself, you'll hear yourself talking to you. And in fact, in my book, Growing Our Spirit Soul, in this book right here, Growing Your Spirit Soul, there's a book on here that tells you how to hear the voice of God, because He speaks to us in all kind of ways, all kind of ways. But you all know that. If you don't know it, get the book. Go to Amazon.com and put e-blessings in there and my name, James Anthony Allen, and it'll give you probably all 11 books associated with me, or 10 books associated with me, because one book, which is a great, great book, The 4-1 Gospel of Jesus, this book right here, incredible. So you want to get that. This book's probably not up there under me. This is Nikola Dimitrov, right? But 4-1 Gospel of Jesus, great book. Okay, weather. Probably need to take a break after this. A little tired. I lived in Stone Mountain, Georgia, for a number of years, and I had two guys come by, two white guys, older white guys, and they were looking for old stuff. But I have discernment, so I immediately knew they were with the Klan. And when I told them that I was living in Stone Mountain, their eyes lit up, which confirmed the discernment. And I said, yeah, Stone Mountain. Stone Mountain is the largest granite outcropping in the U.S. And that's where the Klan have their big meetings. Today, even today, Stone Mountain is known for having races area, and Stone Mountain Park is known to have the Klan meeting at least once a month. Okay, and the big meetings, I don't know how often annually, I don't know. But one of the things I noted when I first moved to Stone Mountain was all the white shrubs, all the white blooming trees. So typically when you go to an area that has plants that are white, you know you're in a racist area because they focus on white. Okay, this is a little tidbit for you guys. And I ain't gonna talk about sheets at all, because in Atlanta, I'm gonna tell you, in Atlanta, what I found out what the Klan was doing was they were selling candy to children at 5 Point Station. 5 Point Station was the interconnecting point in the city downtown where all the trains met. Okay, and all black people there all times of day or night, all the time. And when the trains weren't running, it had a few people there, but it was always there. So around noon, there's tons of people, and they were selling candy like crazy. And I bought some of it. I didn't know it was a Klan. People selling stuff, you're trying to support them, whether they black or white. And I don't remember now if people selling it was black or white. But when I went down to the health food store to buy something, they said, where you get that candy from? Did you just get it down? And they explained it to me what was going on. Okay. Right. So they're in your face. They're right next to you. You don't even know. Okay. So let's talk about the coming global reset. Now, the reason why I went to about Stone Mountain is this, because this woman named Ms. Elliott, she's on my website, each1blessed1.com. On the front page at the bottom, you go down there, you'll see Miss Elliott. She's a marimbist. If you don't know what that is, go to my website, each1blessed1.com, and go to the bottom, click on it, and you'll see what it is. All right? It'll be very entertaining. Miss Elliott, older woman, 70-some years old, and she said to me, I was helping her move and stuff, but she said to me, she said, Alan or Anthony, she said, you can't be a Democrat. You act like you're a Republican. You can't be a Democrat. And I say, Miss Elliott, I'm a Democrat, okay? I'll vote which way I think is best for the country, but I'm a Democrat, okay? And then she would say, you must not be black. You must be black. I said, Miss Elliott, I am black. I'm Black America, because I was being nice to her, and she didn't know black people who were educated and nice and stuff like that. That wasn't her experience with people of color or black people. Okay, she was used to dealing with poor, black, uneducated people. Okay. All right. So Miss Elliott said to me, Anthony, I've lived a long life, but I have never seen temperature changes like this. And that started me to watch this thing. That was in 2000 and something. I guess 10 years ago. No, more than that. 15, 20 years ago, something. And so I made a note of it. She says temperature change, 30-degree temperature change in a 24-hour period. She said, I'd never seen them before happen in my life. So that was something new. And so she alerted me to it. And so that year, there must have been 2 temperature changes like that year. But every year, there are more days that have 30 and now 30 plus 40, 30 to 40 temperature change in a 24-hour period, okay? Or 48-hour period, but the 24-hour period thing is a big deal, okay? So that's an indicator of a change in climate behavior, okay? So what I want you to do is look for that. This is important because of the rest of what I'm going to tell you. I need to hurry up because I don't want this to be 20 minutes. Well, maybe I do. So 30 to 40 degree temperature changes in a 24-hour period, make a note of them. See how many they are in a month. See how many they are in a year. This goes along with it, okay? The Polar Express, dipping down to the south. Polar Express. I never heard of the Polar Express. I never heard of that kind of stuff when I was growing up, but now you see it. And now you've seen it more than once in the wintertime, okay? If you know anything about ice ages, you know this northern part of the U.S. was covered with ice, okay? Thick ice, I don't know, half a mile, 2 miles, I don't know. A lot of ice, okay? That's a part of the Earth's reset. Bring the snow and ice in to get everything back to normal. And it does this naturally. The Earth does this naturally using CO2 from volcanoes. Okay, it happens naturally. And so it's a thing that has happened over time, several times. Scientists can prove it, that it's happened over, So we, humankind, has just exacerbated the problem or made it come faster. That's what's going on. So our CO2 levels from cars, exhaust, animals, and all that kind of stuff, and from volcanoes and from the Earth and stuff, is causing an increase in CO2 levels, which cause warming, which causes the ice caps to melt. 70% of the fresh water in the world is in the ice caps. So this is interesting because the Arctic is water up there, frozen. The ice is frozen over water. In the Antarctic, the ice is frozen over land. Okay, big deal. And I just heard yesterday that a piece of ice sheet from Antarctica is breaking off that's the size of Florida. Okay, so when I said on one video or some text I wrote on the video associated with a video that by 2025, 30% of Florida is going to be gone, I'm not kidding. It's going to be gone. Okay. Right now, 30% temperature change in a 24-hour period. Polar vortex coming down deeper and deeper, staying long and longer. That's what's going to happen. The next thing is going to stay long and longer down. And so stuff's going to get cold and freezing up. I said this is going to be a bad winter, and around here has been really mild. But when I say stuff, I'm talking globally. I'm not talking locally. If I'm talking locally, I'll say these northern counties up here, I'm talking locally. Okay. Otherwise, I'm talking globally. This is an international conversation we're having right here. All right. So, polar ice caps. All right. Melting. That's number 3 or 4, whatever. But this is the kicker. This is the kicker. This is a good example right here. This is the kicker. Volcanoes. If a volcano goes off in the northern hemisphere or up here in this third of the planet, then the smoke and ash covers this part of the planet. Okay. If a volcano goes off on this part of the planet, it covers this part of the planet with ash and clouds and cools it off. Now, if a volcano goes off in this part, part of the globe, then the ash covers the whole planet. Okay, that's important. That last part is important because around here, circle of fire, Indonesia, Thailand, boom, Indonesia. This volcano in here, I can't think of the name of it, but they say this is the one that caused one of the last winters. What do they call it? It's not a nuclear winter, but it's a winter. That's what they call it. So in any event, my connection is unstable. Please wait while we reconnect. So in any event, that is the volcano. These guys in the middle are the ones to look out for. Okay. Now, and the last part is this. Have you ever heard of a caldera? Caldera, C-A-L-D-E-R-A, C-A-L-D-E-R-A, caldera volcano. A caldera volcano is a very, very large volcano whose mouth is 30 to 50 miles wide. Let me say that again. A caldera volcano is one whose mouth is 30 to 50 miles wide. For years and years and years, centuries, I guess, decades or scores of years, people didn't know about these huge volcanoes because there are lakes sitting in the mouth of these volcanoes. Okay. They're so huge when they erupt, what is left is a lake and a mountain range around the edge of them. Like Montreux, Switzerland, I've been there. You know, it's a lake down there and then there's mountains. Now, I didn't know. I don't even know if it is a caldera, but that's the sign of a caldera. A big lake, you know, and then mountains around it because that's what's left of the volcano. Yellowstone is a caldera. Yellowstone National Park, caldera. I thought there was only 30 of these calderas around the planet, but they say there are 50 of them, 50 calderas. That's a big deal, okay? Because if one of these things go off, it's going to cause a volcanic winter in part of the world, okay? And this is what I believe that the North Koreans are doing with their nuclear tests, which they hadn't done in a while. But I believe they're shooting it down and trying to get the pressure or the pressure waves to bounce to a place where it would cause volcanic eruptions, which would have disastrous effects on the planet or parts of the planet. Okay. So why would somebody do something like that? If you got a whole nation of people suffering, okay, you don't care if other people suffer with you. You understand what I'm saying? So this may not be true. I got no evidence of that. but it has come to me, come to my knowledge, spiritual input, whatever you want to say, that that's what's going on with those underground tests. Otherwise, he'd be testing above ground for the videos, to show that he's powerful and doing all that kind of stuff. So, anyway, it's time for me to get off of this and get busy on something else. It's cold in here. I got 2 cold days coming up. I'm living in a 200-year-old house. I got plastic on most of the windows. The air pushing in, it tries to. So I don't have wood. I don't have money to get the wood. And plus now it's all wet because of all the rain. So in any event, I got 2 cold days coming up. Be in prayer with me. All right. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Please share. Okay. Barbers, beauticians, y'all talk about it in the chairs. You need to spread it out there. Get it out there because you need to be aware. And let me tell you, you want to start buying canned goods. You want to buy batteries. You want to buy candles. Everybody needs to have some candles in the house. You want to get dry foods, dry beans, rice, oatmeal, just stuff like that. Bottled water, you want that stuff. Because listen, I'll give you this a little bit and I'll get off. I live out in the country. Behind me, a bunch of woods. It's like, I don't know, 4 or 5 miles of woods back there, full of animals. So there's wood for fuel and there's animals for food. If there's a huge volcanic winter, and there's 5 or 6 feet of snow on the ground and 5 or 6 feet of snow coming in the next 3 or 4, 5 or 6 months, then a place like this that got 2 fireplaces and there's woods that got food in it and wood for fuel, this is a place to be in these end times. Okay. All right. So God bless you. I love you. Call me, email me, talk to me. Let me know what's going on. I appreciate you. Pray for me. I love you. God bless you. And look forward to the next one. In Jesus' name. Bless you.